Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Your students have been working for about 6 weeks on Macbeth. And what's so interesting about that is that back during the Elizabethan times, actors had about a day or two to learn their lines, and then they had to perform. So we would consider your students experts by now. We do want to point out our wonderful scenery. Your students did this. I really had very little to do with this. We had a couple students research Scottish castles, the flags, and we wanted to make it look kind of creepy and eerie because of the witches you'll see shortly. Please notice the black flag in the corner. Thank you, Zaria, for creating that. Many people could not read or write during the Elizabethan time period, so this was a way to advertise that a tragedy was going to be performed that day. And a tragedy usually involved death. Yes, we will see a character die today. Actually, more than one. So what I love about Shakespeare is that it's timeless. The emotions, the topics, the themes, even for children. The resource I use is for children. I'm not borrowing a script from the high school. So it's about a 25 to 30 minute play. We thought it would be more like 40 minutes, but you'll be here about half an hour. And I think you will enjoy it very much. I want to thank a few people. First of all, thank you to parents for creating props and sewing costumes. That is very, very helpful. Some of the tartan and Scottish plaid you see here is actually from 6 years ago. This is our 6th play. So I told the 4th graders, you are part of a tradition. And as you can see, we have posters up here of the various plays we have done. Macbeth was our very first play back at Storer. And to signify this year's Macbeth, we're going to have the students sign Macbeth Scotland here, and I'll laminate it, and we'll put it up on the wall. So they are part of a tradition. So I think that's really great. So thank you, parents. Also, administrators, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming. Mr. Blakely in the back. Appreciate it. I have my family here. My mother, who's taught for many years. She's retired now.
No, why?
Mrs. Lewis. My daughter, Libby, who just graduated from the University of Findlay. She's heading to Denver, Colorado next Wednesday. Her soon-to-be fiancé, Dave, is also a college graduate, and he has a wonderful job with Source Gas. So I will be traveling to Denver, hopefully often. My daughter Katie is at my desk pretending to be a teacher, although she says she doesn't want to be a teacher. She's a criminal justice major at Ball State. She's a junior. I have my special friend Wedge Carter, who came to join us too and brought the donuts. Sorry, parents, they're for the kids. Afterwards. But there's plenty of cookies and grapes back there and coffee, so we do not have an intermission, but I hope you hang around a little bit afterwards if you can to chat with your students and with all of us. That would be great. Okay? All right, we're going to turn it over to the students now. Sit back, enjoy Macbeth.
When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
The battle is done when the battle's lost and won.
That will be before the set of sun. Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet again. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and fill the air. Welcome, my friends, to medieval Scotland, to the corners from Dover. War has been raging across the east since the Scottish Saints fight to turn back invaders from Ireland and Norway. Word has just arrived that the battle is won. Messengers
This is the sergeant who, like has been already saying, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend.
All is to you, Frederick. Well, Sergeant, you face my position. Never shake hands nor bid farewell to the unseen who names the chaps faces it.
O valiant cousin, worthy gentlemen, so well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smock wonderful. Glory and sergeants.
Banquo were making their way home. They know they will be welcome in King's castle. And it's strange sounds and sights. And an eerie fog is deepening the great winter. The witches are about to stop Macbeth and Banquo and make some very strange predictions.
Art, so foul and Faraday I have not seen. Fouler still gay as the day goes on, Macbeth. What are these so withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like inhabitants of the earth, yet are still on it?
Oh, how Macbeth, Bane of Glamis.
Oh, hail Macbeth, Bane of Cawdor.
Oh, how Macbeth, who shall one day be king.
Why fear what sounds so fair? If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, then speak of me of what my life shall be.
Hail, lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy, much happier.
Not shall be father of kings, but now tonight. So I am Macbeth and Banquo.
Your children shall be kings. You shall be king. And they of Carter too, went it not so? Hail, Thane of Cawdor. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes? The Thane of Cawdor lives!
Not for long. He's betrayed the king and is condemned to die. His land and title come from Duncan's hand to thee, and gratitude to your great deeds in battle.
Be not too eager. Remember, the powers of darkness may use the bit of truth to lure man to doom. Come what may, time and the hour run through the roughest day. Let us toward the king!
In Duncan, the castle of Macbeth is kept with much congratulations and praise. Macbeth has told the king that he wishes to go ahead to see his wife, Lady Macbeth, and ask her to prepare their own castle for a visit from the king. You might think that Macbeth's wife was eager to extend her hospitality to the king, and she is, but not in the way you would expect. Lady Macbeth has received a letter from her husband telling her about the strange prophecy that he would become king. Someday she wants her husband to be king so much that she's having murderous thoughts.
Yet I do fear your nature, my husband. It is too full of milk of human kindness. To catch the nearest way, I shall have to urge you on.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
Tonight? And when does he leave?
Tomorrow.
Never shall tomorrow come, my lord. Your face is like a book where I may read strange matters. Let no one else see. Like the innocent flower could be a serpent underneath it. Leave the rest to me.
Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight. Give me your hand. Conduct me to my house. We love him highly and should continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
The idea of murdering his king so that he can become the king himself is obsessing Macbeth. He is afraid to do it, knowing that the king is good faith and is also possessing him. Macbeth tells his wife that they should bar the door against Duncan's murder, not for the knight themselves, but she tells him not to be a coward. She says that tonight after Duncan is asleep, she will bring a potion to his guards that will make them fall asleep. And after seeing Macbeth have killed Duncan, guards will be blamed for Duncan's murder.
If it were done, would be well to do it quickly. The king is here in double trust. First I am his kinsman and his subject, then I am his host. I should shut the door against his murder, not bear the knife myself. I'll go no further in this business.
Would you live a coward in your own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would?
I pray thee peace. I dare do all that may become a man, no more.
What made you bring this idea to me? When you did, then you were a man.
And if we should fail,
Fail? Are you afraid to claim your own greatness? Put your curse sticking place.
I am settled upon this terrible deed. Away in mock time with fair show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Celebration and feasting are over. The best friend Banquo is unsettled and suspicious. He can't put his finger on what is bothering him and why he feels so agitated.
How goes the night, boy? The moon is down. I have not heard the clock. She goes down at 12. I take it. It's later, sir.
No.
Who's there? A friend. What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. I dreamt last night of 3 weird sisters. To you, they have showed some truth.
Macbeth is feeling suspicious of Banquo. He and Banquo give each other an uneasy good night. Then Macbeth gets ready to deliver a very famous speech.
Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and did I see thee still? I go and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to otherwise.
Sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep. Macbeth is very upset after he does this terrible act. He leaves the scene of the crime and goes to his wife. Not knowing what he is doing, he brings the bloody daggers with him.
Why did you bring these with you? Get some water and wash these filthy witnesses from your hands.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers.
Whence is that knocking? Why is it that every noise appalls me? What hand are they? This hand could turn the green seeds red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Let us go to our chamber. A little water clears us of the steep. How easy is it then?
To know my deed, it would be best not to know myself. We could wake Duncan with thy knocking.
Good morrow, sir. The king did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I will bring you to him. This is the door.
The night has been unruly. Chimneys were blown down, and strange screams of death seemed to fill the air.
'Twas a rough night.
Oh, horror, horror, horror! Confuser now hath made his masterpiece. Ring the alarm bell, rouse the house! Murder and treason! What is amiss? Your royal father's murdered!
By whom?
It seems the very men who were pledged to guard him. Those of his chambers seem to have done it. Their hands and faces were bad.
Oh, I do repent me my fury that I did kill them. Who could be loyal to the king and neutral in a moment?
Oh, help me, heads.
Look to the lady! Macbeth, Lennox, and the king's sons are all three upset over the deed. Macbeth confesses that he killed the guards because he was so upset over the king's murder and fast makes rid of it. Macbeth is suspicious of him, but says nothing. Meanwhile, the king's sons they will be suspected of the murder, and they are also afraid for their own lives, so they decide to go away.
Our father's murderer may want our blood as well.
In this place, there are daggers and smiles. I'll go to Ireland.
And I to England.
chose the greatest warrior, MacBeth, to be their king. Death left before the coronation because he was suspicious of bringing King Macbeth. But it was not less easy than impossible. There was that one man who was suspected of murder, old John Banquo, who had witnessed the weirdest prophecy that he would become. And Macbeth did not forget the words or time that Banquo would not be the father of kings.
For Banquo's children have I sold my soul. For them have I murdered the gracious Duncan. Tonight we hold a solemn service, sir, and I request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord. You shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded, Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it tonight.
Macbeth's power has gone his head, and has not been contained. He's going crazy with suspicion and fear, but else that he be willing to kill his closest friend. Macbeth has murderers followed Banquo and his son, and they go running through the countryside every afternoon to avoid it in his face. The murderers do the crazy deed on Banquo. There's one God, Banquo's son, Leon's escapes. Whoa! Macbeth was glad to hear that Banquo was dead, but he was not pleased to hear that Leon's escaped murderers. Now he has to live in fear of him too. At the banquet, he cannot have a good time. And when a surprise guest shows up, Macbeth does no one can see him. It is a ghost of Banquo.
Which of you has done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou cannot say I did it. Never shake your gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. Silence is not welcome.
Over the next few months, Macbeth learned that getting to be king by killing others is not a recipe for happiness, and it does not bring peace to the land. In his kingdom, rebellion is growing. He has no idea where Banquo's son, Leonce is. Macbeth hears rumor that King Duncan's son, Malcolm, is trying to stir up trouble against him in England. Macbeth thinks it's time to go again with the witches. Not only has there been trouble in the kingdom, but there have also been problems brewing in the witches' world. The witches made their strange predictions to Macbeth in making the play. Now they're going to mission from their mistress, Hecate. Now they're in a lot of trouble. How now, Hecate? You look angry.
Have I not a reason, beldams as you are?
saucy and overboard. And how dare you trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And yet I was never called to bear my part or show the glories of art.
Thrice the bundle packed at me.
Thrice and once the hedge should be flying.
Ah, Peter cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble, eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, for a charm of powerful trouble, leg of rock, boil and bubble.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and everyone shall share in the gains. And now around the cauldron sing, like elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in. Black spirits and white, red spirits and gray. Mingle, 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 you that mingle merry. Around, 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 about. All ill come running in, all good keep out.
How now, you secret midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
Macbeth must come with questions. He demands that the witches answer him, even if the answer causes chaos and confusion. The witch sisters promise they'll answer, but they say Macbeth can either hear the answers from them or from their masters. Macbeth says he wants to see the masters. And suddenly, an armored head appears, tells Macbeth in a ghostly voice to beware the Thane of Fight. Thane of Fight is the dove. Next, a child with a crown appears holding a small tree.
Oh, Macbeth, 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 beware the Thane of Fire.
Macbeth shall never vanquish me, till great Burnham Wood, to hide on St. Hill, shall come against him.
My lord, Macbeth has fled to England.
I should have acted the moment I suspected. Go to fight. Enter Macduff's castle and put the traitor's wife and babes to the sword.
In this confusion, rage, and fear, Macbeth keeps making terrible mistakes. If he ever was a good man, he has completely lost his character by now. Hearing that he is supposed to be a Thane of Fight, he reacts crazily. He orders that Macduff's wife or children put to death. The news of Macduff's family tragedy reaches him. Macbeth is in England trying to take a rescue of his son, Malcolm, to confront his fault in his family's father's death.
My wife, my children too, all my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, now bring me front to front of this fiend of Scotland.
Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Receive what cheer you may. Let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
Apparently murder was not as simple as Lady Macbeth thought it would be. The guilt has caught up to her, and she is not well. Her servant has called in a doctor to observe her.
Out, spot, out, I say. Who would have thought the old man had so much blood in him? What, will these hands never be clean? Here's the smell of blood still. Oh, all the perfumes in Arabia would not sweeten this hand.
Yes, it is.
Tibet, there's knocking at the gate. Come, give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. Tibet.
Will she go down to bed? Correct me. Thou springs art thou, a natural deeds and a natural troubles. I fear lady's hands will never be clean by any medicine. God gives us look after her. Good night, good doctor.
sent an army with Malcolm and Macduff to help overturn the tyrant King Macbeth. The soldiers were now gathering in the forest outside Macbeth's castle. Macbeth's spies had told him the soldiers were coming, but he wasn't worried. After all, he understood the witch's prophecy to say that he would never be vanquished until Burnham Wood came to Dunsinane. He knew, or thought he knew, that the forest could not move on its own.
Bring me no more reports till Barnum Wood remove itself from Dunsinane. I cannot fear that. The boy Malcolm I cannot fear. He'll never have power over me. The mind I sway by the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. Speak thou, cream-faced loon, where from the goose look?
There's 10,000
Geeseville?
soldiers, sir.
Go thou, lily-livered boy. What soldier's patch? Death is thy soul. What soldier's? White face? English soldier. Get the face away. I have lived long enough. I'll fight till my flesh, my bones be hacked. Where is my armor?
Macbeth is worried about Lady Macbeth, and he thinks of dying in guilt. He strips on his armor and goes off to battle her sorrow.
Hold the branch before you. Thus we may approach Dunsinane without Macbeth knowing our true numbers.
The queen, my lord, is dead.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Creeps, petty things, from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools, away to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow. A poor man struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and is heard no more. A tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
The woods have begun to move.
Liar and slave.
Turn, you hounds, turn!
Lay on, Macduff.
Hail, King for so thou art!
Hail, King of Scotland! Let us call home our exiled friends abroad that fled the snares of tyranny. And so ends this tale of the dead butcher and his fiend-like queen. And we thank all at once, and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at stone.
That was Macbeth. Thank you so much. I did fail to mention we had two Macbeths. I hope you caught that. Max, Act 4 and 5, and Jacob, Act 1 to 3. So very nice job, boys and girls. Thank you so much for coming. We enjoyed it. Hope you did too.